I hope and pray this video encourages somebody, because if you understand this concept, then you're going to go through life in a much easier, a much more calm and confident way. And what you've got to understand about life, as God has shown you, is that you have a path from point A to point B. Okay, and if you think about driving and you're going somewhere like a long road trip, then along the way, you have to make pit stops. Along the way, you have to go to a rest area. You have to put gas in your car. Along the way, you realize the checkpoints that you have to pass. You have to go on a certain road, and it's a process to get to the end. You don't go and start your trip and fill up on gas and you think, oh, like this is the entire amount of gas that I need. I don't need to do anything else. I'm just gonna go straight there. You don't go on this road trip and think, oh, you know what? I'm gonna use the bathroom right now before I get in the car. And even though I have to drive like 3 days or 5 days, then I don't need to go use the bathroom. You don't think about those things. You believe that as you go, you will get to a rest area, to a gas station. As you go, you will relieve and do your business, and then you will pay for with your money to get the gas you need. You will eat at a certain restaurant to get the food at a rest stop, whatever it is. And it's a process, and you believe it. And you don't think to yourself like, oh, you know what if I don't have gas? What if, the timing doesn't work out? I should have, loaded up on all the barrels of gas before I got in the car, and we should have had, 30 gallons in the trunk. It doesn't work that way. That's ridiculous. You're over preparing. You're not trusting the fact that along the way you have gas stations, you have business owners, you have people that will service you during the day or even at night. And you know these things ahead of time because you can look on your map, you can look on your app, you can go and read the signs along the road and give you clues to do what you got to do. And what you got to understand about life is that it's the same process. So many of us in life don't trust the process and the waypoint, the direction that God has given you. He's told you, don't worry, do not be anxious. He's told you, don't be concerned about what you eat, what you drink along the way. He's told you, hey, all your worries, your concerns, your enemies, you don't have to worry about those things because He's going to provide those things along the way. He's going to provide for your every daily need. He's going to give you the steps, the direction. He's going to give you the map. He's going to give you the blueprint for where you've got to go. And so for you to sit there and be anxious and worried and to think, oh, you know what, maybe I've got to do it this way and that way. Maybe I have to over prepare and plan. You don't have to be concerned about that. And you just have to let go. You got to understand fundamentally that when God made you in your womb, when He knew you before time began, He didn't think, oh, you know what, I'm going to forget him. I'm going to just, him or her, I'm going to lose them. And I'm just going to, forget about what they need along the way in life and all those decisions that you got to make for yourself. He didn't just forget about you. He knew exactly what you had to go through. And you've got to understand that if you trust Him, if you surrender and think, oh, you know what, from a big picture perspective, He's going to unlock, open the keys to heaven for you in a specific time in your life, whether it's getting married and finding the spouse of your dreams, whether it's making money and having your paycheck on a certain week, whether it's getting food and being taken care of, whether it's a job or whatever it is in life. In each milestone, at each rest stop, at each mile marker, whatever state you're in as you're driving, whatever country you are in, as you're going from point A to point B, in each of those moments, He will provide for you. You got to realize that your life is bigger than what you think it is in your current moment because you have such limited hindsight or foresight. God, He's looking at your life from a big picture perspective. And at the right time, even though you don't see the rest area or the gas station, right, you don't see the restaurant along the way, you know it's coming up because you see it on the app, the map app on Google Maps or Waze or whatever that you use. He's given you already the hope. He's given you the confidence for whatever it is that is coming in the future. And you have to think that way in life, because in life, you will get it. He's not going to have you go hungry and then drop dead in starvation just next week. You're going to eat something, right? You're going to have gas for your car. just like you have gas for your car, you're going to have whatever resource it is that you need. So you have to think that this is how I need to trust God. This is how I'm going to get through life. And every single point in your journey, even though you think, oh, it's useless or it's not something that I deserve, God knows exactly what you've got to go through. He knows exactly how it is that you need to get there. You just have to trust Him in that process. And if you let it go, surrender it, and just say, you know what, I don't want to be concerned about these things. That doesn't mean you have to be lazy. That doesn't mean you don't think and plan and strategize over something. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is your attitude, your posture, your heart condition, your outlook, the way that you see life. These things must be aligned to how God wants you to be aligned, biblically speaking. And that begins with not worrying, not being concerned, not thinking for yourself, and gazing, fixating on the Lord. And when you do that, nothing else will be of concern to you, because it doesn't matter, these things, because God has it in His hands. So if this is you, be encouraged today, because whatever it is you're going through in life right now, it's not bigger, it's not worse off than the path that He has you on already. Trust that you will get to that next rest area, the gas station, the restaurant, to be fed, to be rejuvenated, to be provided for, to have the protection, provision. That gas, that car you were in, it's not going to suddenly stop and your windows are gone and your wheels come off. You have the right vehicle, you have the right direction. The road you are on, it's not going to suddenly sink into a sinkhole and go away. He's already prepared the way for you. You just have to drive there and get to your destination and embrace the step-by-step process. Embrace the mile markers, embrace the rest stops, all of the stuff that's needed along your journey. Be blessed, be encouraged. Talk to you guys very soon.